As he always does, Jared likes to call in with some questions about Game of Thrones as we do our Game of Thrones rewatch. We are in Season 6, Episode 6, Blood of My Blood, right? Yeah, Blood of My Blood,
Yes.
Jared.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot of
Directed
stuff in this
by
one.
Jack Bender and written by Brian Cogman.
Cogman, the lore guy, the big lore guy who was a student of the books and was kind of there to keep things online or in line as best as he could, despite a lot of things changing. And some big changes in this one from book to screen, one that I agree with, though I'm looking forward to the book answer as well. But a lot going on here in this episode, Jared.
Oh, yeah. To me, it's another, like, moving the pieces around style episode. We had our big cry last week and a lot of happening.
Yep.
And this week gave us some cheering moments, especially at the end there.
Yeah, I think it was neat. I think it was smart to structure it this way, that we have the Hold the Door episode. We have Hodor's passing, and that's going to leave the fandom a little hurt. And I do think you're right. This resets the deck as we head towards the final episodes of this season and a big finale that we're going to get to. And in doing so, I love what this episode does. It's about blood and it's about family and the different kinds of families and the identities. We have two big scenes with swords. We got Sam taking Heartsbane after we meet Randall Tarley, one of the biggest pricks in Game of Thrones, and wonderfully performed with a long, painful, tense scene. Gilly really coming into her own. Gilly really standing up. Gilly really not just defending Sam, but they're forming their family unit there. He takes Heartsbane. We got Arya taking Needleback, huge. I think we kind of wanted that. We kind of thought she was on her journey to that moment, but to actually see it was a big moment for me too that I liked, you know?
Oh yeah, no, that was I am one of those, like, I was enjoying her training, the Batman training as we all called it back in the day and whatnot, and I was getting good, but once she took out Needle, I'm like, yeah, girl, it's time. Yeah, let's get some.
Yeah,
And speaking of the structure of the show, is actually just rethinking in my head. It's like, it does structure to make it happier because it starts miserable beyond the wall with everybody's favorite uncle coming in. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the religious zealots winning in King's Landing, you know.
Well, watching that scene. So this is one of the great scenes, I think, in season 6 and all the show. You have Mace Tyrell on display. Madness has had its day, and just the just buffoonery that is just him and Jaime Lannister reacting to that. But they need him. They need the army. They're going to get Tommen back. They're going to free, of course, Marjorie Tyrell. But it doesn't happen. But to have King Tommen come out and talk about the pillars of the crown and the faith, and we must unite them, and almost literally says we need to make Westeros great again, was something that didn't just it doesn't stand up in terms of the show, over time. It's just too relevant now. And again, we're not speaking of specific histories all the time with these things. They're talking about just histories overall. So it makes sense that it would be there. It tracks but to hear that play out, watching it this week, I got the Tom, and what have you done vibes even more than I did then.
I don't know if I actually hate Joffrey more than Tommen sometimes, because Tommen's just that innocent stupid that's easily manipulated. At least Joffrey gave me legit reasons.
Oh, I'm with you. I have a lot of sympathy for Tommen, and under different circumstances probably would have been a great king. I actually think that. Now, could he have been? He needed to be stronger. I think having Marjorie by his side would have been good. I think she would have protected him if given the full chance to do that. But I think the heart was pure, and his ending, which we'll discuss when it happens, was earned for the story. Tragic. It was so tragic, but it is like, his pure heart was absolutely broken by all of this there. But I'm with you. I don't hate Tommen at all. He is manipulated and moved around the board.
Right. But I do love our Khaleesi getting another big moment at the end, giving the speech, making the entire Khalisad her blood riders.
Yep.
And again, I say it every time we have a scene with her. How did you people not see this coming for season 8 stuff? Like, she's literally telling them we're going to burn and tear down their stone houses. And she's got her boy Dario. You're a conqueror, Daenerys.
It's
like,
It's one of my favorite moments between them, and I'm not a huge Dario fan, as a Jorah fan, but that's out of fun and within the story. I think the performance is great, and I think it is true, and I think he sees her. He doesn't just see her as maybe she is. I think there's something in Dario. This isn't me saying this is fact, but this is me saying there's something about Dario telling Dany, "You're a conqueror," as if he's like, "You're gonna need to be. You're going to go over there, and you're not just going to walk onto that throne. You're going to need to conquer." And you later on in season 7, we get the "You're a dragon, be a dragon." So it to me just makes Dany's journey in these final seasons even more compelling to watch for me, because you're rooting for in this moment. This episode is all about blood over family name. This is all about true families, maybe found families. It is very much about that. There's a lot of throwing around of names. A lot of the big houses are in focus, and that includes one we'll talk about here with Coldhands in this show, Uncle Benjen. So it's even more about family names, but I love that this big Dany moment is about blood over anything else.
Oh, yeah. It's just that good writing. Once again, the lore master, as you said.
Yep. And
go ahead.
No, I want to kind of close on that point there, too. One of my favorite things of this episode is the big lore of Coldhands. I want to go back in time and talk to you, Jared. Were you in the Uncle Benjen is Coldhands camp? Were you aware of Coldhands? What was your relationship with him going into this season?
I hadn't gotten up to that point in the book yet.
Gotcha.
For me. So when it happened, I had that nice surprise. And then, like everybody else, it's like, where the hell have you been, bro?
5
I get
seasons.
it.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, and that's a long time. And that's another fun thing about this show, that I like the fact that we don't know how much time actually passes. How many years have gone by? I mean, how long is all this? And
well, yeah. One of the things that comes up in this episode is, Sam and Gilly and Sam Jr., the baby, he doesn't grow as fast as maybe the other events of the show are happening. I've always kind of taken it as we're checking in on a little bit of a different timeline. The big thing about Coldhands, and this is why I want to finish it up and have Cogman write in this episode, it was, for me, an answer that I enjoyed. Though stuff came out later that there is a famous kind of picture that went around, or a photo, I should say, of an editor, one of George's editors, making a note in the margins about Coldhands in the books, going, "This is Uncle Benjen, right?" And George R. Martin saying, "No, it's not. It's something else." That's part of the lore of even the character. It might play out, and I'm hopeful we'll get that opportunity to see Coldhands, who's a fantastic, wonderfully weird, intriguing, mystical, dark, brooding character who rides a different steed and all that stuff. Like I'm open to it being some other character, but for me in this show, similar to when Lady Stoneheart doesn't show up, it did upset me at the time. But then when you kind of look back, for me, I think in a visual medium, it just made a lot of sense to have it be Uncle Benjen, and that this is what we needed for this character. And he's not even really called Coldhands in the show, if I recall. So I like the play, and the book can be its own thing.
Exactly. I mean, as you've always said, since the cold open of episode 1, things have been different than the book. And we always like to emphasize the word adaptation, not page for page.
Yep, I think it's just something that made sense. So, big episode. I love it. Any other final moments for you that stand out?
No, like I said, I was just thrilled for the big dragon moment, and just finally getting her more on the run. And it just, again, we said all the nice pieces. We got Arya kicking her ass. Yeah, and I mean, I'm excited for next week too. We've got the Broken Man episode, which enters everybody's favorite tiny little lady, ruler of a house. Yeah. No, can't wait to get to it. Yeah, and I'm not even talking about the Lady Crane stuff. I actually like the Lady Crane stuff a lot. I like the whole stuff with Richard E. Grant, and just kind of seeing Cersei in a different light, and Arya's ability to kind of interpret that and give Lady Crane notes on how to make it better. But it's really about Ned and the people she's lost. I love all that comedy with the phrase, all that stuff, setting us up to go to River Run. All right, we'll get to it. Episode 7 of season 6 as our Game of Thrones rewatch continues. Thank you, Jared. Sounds good.